What do you need? For $40, I'll do whatever. Okay, maybe not.
You're listening to Sappenin Podcast.
Sappenin!
You are listening to episode 325 of Sappenin Podcast, featuring myself, Sean Smith, and my good friend, Morgan Richards.
Yes, it's me, Morgan Richards, and boy, I think we've gone all hands on deck with this one. I'd go as far as saying this podcast is making waves as we celebrate good times with an added dose of vitamin C.
Celebrate was buzzing. That is awful.
Sorry, it's the peer pressure to do these puns, so I was just on cruise control throughout it.
There isn't any peer pressure, is it? It's just you take this on yourself to do this every week. And I hate it because sometimes I go, has he put more thought into the puns than we have about this episode? But yes, if you didn't guess from that fucking melee of nonsense, we are back from the Emo's Not Dead Cruise 2025, and what a fucking time we had again. The fact that we got to do it again after last year's one, I didn't think we'd ever get to. So the fact that we got invited back, we went and we had as good a time, if not better, than we did the first time is unbelievable. I'm super, super grateful to the Emo's Not Dead Cruise. Thank you very much, Matt Cutchell, Gavin and Dave, for helping us get on board, because we had a fucking blast, as you're about to hear.
We are the captains now. I've said it. It's official. A second year in a row. Never boat pun. Being invited out to Miami to cover the Emo's Not Dead cruise, setting sail to the Bahamas with a whole host of scene gateway bands soaking up the sun and adding to the sea of tears. What the hell? How do we manage to get to do this again? Last year was one of the daftest things we've ever been able to say we've done, and to do it 2 years is ridiculous. But within all this, it was actually really nice individually for me and Sean, because we had our own separate holidays before reuniting to get on the cruise. I met up with him in Miami after having like a little road trip, went to Indianapolis for the Royal Rumble, just kind of fulfilled a childhood dream there. Spent an afternoon in Chicago exploring. Didn't see any of Fall Out Boy, sadly. Before meeting Sean, who basically you had a mini Cuban vacation in Little Havana, Miami.
Yes, so it was my partner's 30th birthday. So she'd never been to America, so I arranged for us to go out a couple of days early. And yeah, we stayed in Little Havana, which is as Cuban as you can be without going to Cuba. And we had a brilliant time. Technically, it felt like we went to 3 different holidays. Like we went to Miami, where we went around the city and South Beach and all that. Then we had a mini holiday in Little Havana, basically Cuba, where I had the best sandwich of my life. And then onto the boat of fucking dreams, which was absolutely amazing. Again, super grateful. It's rare that jaded old Sean says any of this shit. But what a wonderful time. I cannot, what's the word I'm looking for? Look, it's fried my brain.
Jet lag's hit you out there, isn't it?
Yeah, I cannot, when you...
Appreciate, grateful.
No, I cannot. No, I want them to go. I cannot... thing it enough. What's the word I'm looking for? Recommend! Oh my God! Fucking hell. I'm sorry, but Can you smell toast? Can you smell burning? Oh no, it's just me having a fucking stroke. Anyway, yes, we had a great time. I cannot recommend this cruise enough. If you like alt rock, emo, pop punk, any of this, get involved in next year's one. It's going to be bigger, better. The boat is bigger. Apparently the boat's got a go-kart go-kart track and water slides next year. Bonkers.
Yeah, it's insane. But let's set the scene before we get into everything, basically, right? The moment we walk onto the boat, we were met with a bunch of familiar faces and people we didn't even expect to be on there. From James of Death Havana, which we got to spend a lovely amount of time. He photobombed some stuff. We had some laughs. You even did a karaoke song with him as well, which no one was expecting. To people like Cameron from We Are the In Crowd, who's the guitarist for Avril Lavigne, he was working with a few bands, stopped at some major huge fests. It's just like friendly, familiar faces all across. But on this boat, you get to watch all the bands do 3 sets over the weekend. They do special sets where they play albums in full without even announcing it, or special like acoustic versions, all this kind of thing. And there's so much more activities, and there's a community of people who have been to the cruises in previous years all getting together. It's just like a festival, holiday, gig, getaway experience like no other. And we just literally feel re-energized, getting to soak up the sun with some of our favorite songs playing in the background as well. It's just a really, really good time. And throughout this episode, we're going to get an insight into not only the backstage of the boat, but what the artists have been through and experienced this differently than a regular touring schedule. We get to speak to the godfather, legend, and hero that is Mr. Bert McCracken of the Used, talking about the evolution of emo and the band's 25th anniversary. They're playing the first 3 albums for the rest of the year on the road, and his special glove. We get a super passionate chat from JT of Hawthorne Heights, who we could just listen to talk all day, telling us about sticking with it and seeing a community grow from the deepest, darkest bits to worldwide fame. Catch up with Taylor Acorn, who is someone I advocate her music so much and is now a belly flop competition judge, apparently.
Finally, she found her final form. She's like Post Malone. Like Post Malone started out as a rapper, and I was like, this white boy, I don't know if he likes his stuff. And now he's found his final form in country music, my new least favourite genre. And then you've got the beautiful Taylor Acorn, who is now a belly flop competition judge. Isn't it what we all set out to be when we start bands? I hope one day I can judge a belly flop competition, and she's done it. I'm jealous. She's great.
Yeah. Derek from State Champ stops in for a good laugh before they literally hit the UK for a tour this week. And then the lovely Graham and Dave of Lacy, a UK band who we all want you to be aware of, talk to us about what's going on in their lives. But Dave especially, who's also part of the END team, responsible for us being on the cruise and making this whole thing happen. So he's going to provide a unique and exclusive insight into the backstage workings of the boat, how it all happens, and what to expect in 2026. And as Sean said, we've just had the vacation of a lifetime, right? So there's a couple of things before we get into all these chats I want to run through where we did everything from karaoke. Both you and me did songs, and I don't think a lot of people were expecting me to do it.
Well, yeah, I wasn't expecting, to be honest, I wasn't expecting me to do it. So the fact that we both did it, and yeah, I got to do it with James from Deaf Havana. We did Cute Without the E by Take Back Sunday with a full band. And yeah, it was a great time, great night, great experiences that we didn't expect. It was wild. Yeah, it was awesome again. Love it. I cannot speak highly enough about it. I
got to do My Own Worst Enemy by Lit, which was met with a response of basically every industry person on that boat going up to me and going, you're going to go up there and do it. And I did.
Yep. I wasn't. Yeah, you did. Fair play to you. Smashed it. I wasn't even expecting you to pick out, like, wasn't expecting you to pick Lit. I don't know why. But you did, and you did it very well. You did it so nonchalant. Like in the video I took of you just like, just singing a song, and then you almost walked off before they finished the song. So you were like, oh, there's no more for me to sing now. I think my work here is done. Leave these losers up, because I'm not part of this band. But yes, what a great time. Congratulations to the Emo Band who do the Emo Karaoke. What a tight band. Brilliant. Just the vibe here is anybody can go up and do a song, And all of the crowd treated it as if the actual fucking band is there doing it. So it's amazing. Such a good vibe. How there's no one in the UK. Maybe there will be one in the UK later this year. We'll see what happens. But someone should do a touring version of it in the UK because it could be absolutely fucking class.
We also got to do stuff like watch Hawthorne Heights play Ohio is for Lovers as the sun literally set on the boat, which was lovely. Sean did a crowd surf to the Used, and Bert actually shouted Sappenin into the microphone after recognizing you, which is insane. And if you couldn't top that, you did, because you committed a sin by gambling.
Oh, I did. Sorry about that.
But then you won money from it.
Yes, I put $20 in and I took $642.70 out. So take that, big boat with a casino that I then went and proceeded to spend those $600 on the boat. So they had it back in a way. But yes, tried gambling, won gambling. That was good. Stop gambling now because while I'm up, and yeah, just fucking mad experiences, like just absolutely nuts.
And then we also went to the Bahamas, had a lovely walk around and sat on the beach for a while, took in the sunset, got offered a million times if our hairs wanted to be braided. And even though I know what you're all thinking, please say you did, we didn't.
I didn't have the time or the haggling skills to get it done, to be honest. If I'd sat down, I would have ended up getting fucking robbed because I cannot say, wait a second, no. Well, it happened in Miami. Me and Jodie went for a drink, and I ended up paying $98 for 3 chicken tacos and 2 mojitos. The mojitos were the size of fish bowls, but they only had small priced ones of $16. And then she was like, do you want small or medium? So I said, I'll have a medium, please. And it turns out medium is about a litre of alcohol. So that cost me $98. So in a way, I was fleeced. But what a fucking magical time. Wouldn't change a single bit of it.
I was just thinking now, I should have got my beard braided. It could have looked like one of System of a Down then. That could have been interesting to go back on the boat on.
Yeah.
And as well, later on this conversation, Sean tells a guest how we spotted an alien, but we'll leave that to that bit. Because casually in the Bermuda Triangle, definitely spotted an alien. Nothing to be scared about.
UFO, unidentified flying object. That's all I can say. It was. I don't know what it was. Yeah.
Nothing to be scared about. If you were listening to all this and thinking, fucking hell, what the fuck did these boys get up to? This sounds like the vacation I need to experience. You are in luck. 2026. It's going around again, the 4th year doing this cruise. It is bigger, badder, and boatier. There's more boats, more bands, more venues, so that means there's more space for you to join. Don't miss the fucking boat. Emo's Not Dead 2026, going from January the 22nd to the 26th from Miami to the Costa Maya in Mexico. Pre-sale sign-ups are live right now. It's your best chance to be on board. It's heading to endcruise.com and signing up all the details there. The first round of deadlines for the pre-sale ends on February the 27th. So you haven't got too long. And if there is any tickets left over, normally there's not, they will be going on general sale on March the 12th. So plan this in advance. You're going to listen to this episode and you're going to realize that this is going to be the best and saddest vacation you could ever possibly go on. So head over to @SappeninPod on Instagram to look at loads of more photos and videos and everything we've been doing from the boat. But without any further ado, let's get straight into this, shall we? Let's take you on our magical journey onto a cruise in Miami to the Bahamas with all your favorite emo bands. Emo's Not Dead Cruise 2025, Sappenin Podcast, episode 325. What the fuck has gone on?
Mental, absolutely fucking mental. It's like emo Christmas on a boat. It's like if you just moved Christmas a month back next year. That's it. So everyone, if you're saving for Christmas, fuck Christmas. Look, none of us believe in that nonsense anymore, do we? Let's just go. Let's all go on the Emo's Not Dead cruise because it's fucking class. That's it. Sold by me. Nice one. Cheers. Ta. Sappenin!
Sappenin!
Absolutely fucking class.
Sappenin.
Sappenin.
Yes, we are joined right now by the godfather of where we are on this fucking cruise. You said it on stage last night, and you weren't fucking wrong. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't all be here. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the wonderful Bert McCracken.
It's
How are you?
always good to be here with you guys.
Oh, thank
I
you.
love you guys.
It's a pleasure. It's lovely to be. Anytime we get to speak to you, it's a joy, right? But the fact that we are on this cruise in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean is surreal.
It's unbelievable. Just sitting up top, looking out. It's like, what the fuck? This is my life. This is insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You mentioned on stage last night, you said you'd never play a boat. Is that a factual thing?
Yeah, they asked us a bunch of times, and I'm like, I don't think I'm into that. I don't think I'm going to ever play a boat. And then we decided to play a boat.
You fucking killed it last night. It was awesome.
Thank you. What
Really
a fun
good.
show.
What a great set list. And yeah, wonderful. Absolutely wonderful.
Hell yeah. We're playing in Love and Death tomorrow. Yeah.
I just got cold. I just got fucking cold.
God, I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, with a few other bangers too.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait
Oh,
now.
dude, yeah.
Fuck yeah.
How have you found just being on the boat actually and this experience so far?
It's incredible. It's like everybody's totally chill. There's good vibes everywhere. The fans came here to party. And it's been unbelievable. We've had the best time so far. When you're on a boat like this, you're like, do I want to live on a boat?
Funny enough, we did this for the first time last year, and I was like, because myself being in the band or whatever, I was just like, oh, I'm a bit jaded to all this. Like, is it going to be fucking awkward? Is it going to be horrible? Nope.
No.
Now I'm considering moving into, because I've heard of people who live
On cruises.
all year round. So imagine getting a room on this. So before this, there was the Chris Jericho rock and wrestling. Fucking.
Yeah.
You could just be on it for
Insane.
fucking months, just going, what the fuck is going on?
That's brilliant.
Have you? Did you fly in from Australia for this?
Yeah. Cool 22-hour flight over to Miami. Yeah. It's worth it, man. Yeah. This is the time of our lives. This is what it's all about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was there, so going from saying you'd never play a boat to this, was there a key factor in Emo's Not Dead actually convincing you, or was it kind of just because of the brand and the stuff you've done with Cutchill before that you were actually like, oh, if we're gonna give it a go, this would be the one to do it?
Yeah, exactly. We nothing real poignant happened other than the fact that we was just like, let's try it out. What do we have to lose,
Yeah. Nice. It's gone well so far.
Yeah,
So.
and it's insane to think we've already alluded to it, and you said it last night that they used one of those bands just connected with that word emo, right? And I'm sure it's so crazy to see how far that word has evolved, right? Not only in positive and negative and all that kind of way, but the fact that it's gone from the alternative and very a love for a niche, for that niche to then be on a boat and more festivals being made every year because of celebrating this music. For someone who's always been there, never gone away from it, it must be just crazy to look back sometimes and feel
see the transition.
Yeah.
See how everything goes in cycles. There's the EDM movement when emo kind of crashed.
Yeah.
And now it's back big time, and we're taking advantage of every moment of it. We're savoring it.
Nice.
But we got to definitely give props to the people who came before us. I wouldn't be playing emo if it wasn't for Sunny Day Real Estate and Texas The Reason and a bunch of really cool bands from the late 90s that were real true emo before all this stuff. So yeah.
Yeah. Do you find it that those bands don't get as much as a nod these days? Because I feel like there's a whole generation who discover those bands you listed because they're fans of yours,
right,
or similar at that time frame, and then be oh, they keep shouting out these bands, and then it's kind of a ripple effect of them going back and back and back again.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, for new fans to discover Sunny Day Real Estate, I'm sure it's this moment where it's wow, can't believe that I missed out on this. Such good dude.
It's crazy to think that those bands, like you said, Texas is the reason and stuff as well. I can't ever see them doing something like this.
Yeah.
If they got back together or whatever, or Cutchell offered them enough money to get back together and do stuff. I still don't. I don't know. I wouldn't see them doing it. I don't know why.
It's like legacy stuff. They're like the true kings, and they don't need to like convince anyone. You know?
That's true.
Yeah. Where do you see the used in amongst of all of that now? Because, like, as I said, you guys have never been away, and there's generations of bands that have come after you who cite you as influences, right off the bat.
Hello.
Do you take that in at all, or is it because you're still in it as much as you are that kind of just didn't register?
Yeah, we take the whole thing in. I mean, it's more than flattering when a band is like, you guys inspired us to do what we do. Or we hear somebody covering the Taste of Ink, you know, that kind of thing is just, yeah, we've always been just happy to be here and really stoked that this movement has carried on. And I think that it deserves to. It belongs in every way.
Yeah.
And for younger kids to be getting into it now, it's like, that's a beautiful thing.
It's crazy.
Yeah, they have a lot to discover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's got to be the exciting thing, being like a kid now, to just be like, there's so fucking much. So much of it.
Yeah.
Whereas when we were growing up, there was you. There was, Texas is the Reason, Piebald, like people like that.
Piebald's great.
Bit of Thursday. But other than that, there wasn't much else. And then, they got such a fucking lucky little bastard. That's what they are. I can't get over it. Jealous now, I am. I'm too fucking old. That's what it is. Shit. But
we're getting there. We're all getting there.
Yeah. Sadly.
But in all the celebrations as well, I mean, obviously you guys have just announced that you're spending this year just playing the first 3 albums and going to a city and kind of taking them over for 3 nights. You're coming to the UK for Slam Dunk and doing that. How is that mindset being for you to be like, because obviously like a lot of these songs you do play over the years in different set lists, but there's a lot you don't. How is it being thinking like, okay, we're actually going to revisit those 3 first records to celebrate 25 years?
It's exciting, and it's definitely brings this like insane nostalgia. Like when I'm listening to Lies for the Liars, it's tough because I was going through a rough time then, and you can really feel it. And when I listen to those songs, it takes me right back to that moment. So which is also really cool because I get to celebrate the place we are now. So we're beyond excited. This has been we've talked about doing this for a really, really long time and finally get to do it. Perfect opportunity on the 25-year anniversary. So we're so stoked. We can't wait.
I can't wait either.
Yeah. Do you find like, not that there's different versions of you, but do you feel like having to play with these different albums at different nights that like you approach it differently, like in a headspace or mentally, maybe revisiting certain lyrics or just being like, as you said, revisiting memories that connected to the time of like the recording and writing and what you actually went through originally?
100%. When I approach the songs from the first record, it puts me right back to that first record. I remember writing The Taste of Ink, sitting on that beach. The second record, I remember every moment. So it's like a different way to approach it in a big way, but it's also like it's like a smell. When you smell that smell and it takes you right back to that place. It's so incredible. Music is a gift. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. No, it is. And I'm sure you have it the other way around, right? Where people constantly are saying to you, maybe even the most random of songs from your back catalogue of how much it means to them or like how they associate it with a time in their life where it has nothing to do with the original context of the song, but they've taken the lyrics and they've made it about something in their life.
Yeah, it's beautiful. That's what music is all about, right?
Yeah.
It's connections and fantastic.
Was there any back in the day artists for you other than you just mentioned that really had that juggernaut effect to carry on, and now when you're looking back at like, we're going back to these songs, you kind of remember being fans of certain bands? Or
I remember a bunch of acts on Warped Tour where I watching them and watching the crowd, and I'm like, wow, this is something insane. When we were playing on the small Volcom stage, but I remember watching Newfound Glory, which I've never really delved into, never really was my thing, but watching them on stage, immediately I was like, this is insane. And these songs are amazing. And these people are amazing. So yeah, it was quite a few moments like that in the early days where it was like almost learning how to do what I do from other bands, you know?
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice. Because I've always wanted to know this. Who are some of the front men that inspired you, or front people that inspired you before you got into it?
I think Michael Jackson is one of the most serious frontmen of all time. But yeah, I was a huge fan of Freddie Mercury, David Bowie, John Lennon. Yeah, lots of great songwriters who Billy Joel is a sick frontman. Yeah. Lots of those old Elton John, lots of old pop acts that are just like amazing as well.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's interesting hearing that you can take things away from artists like that and cultivate a whole different scene with it.
Yeah, I wear a glove because Michael Jackson wore a glove. Who knows why he wore one?
Yeah.
So it's,
Yeah.
Perhaps he's a time traveler and he's like, Bert from the U's is going to wear a glove. I'm going to do it before him. Damn you, Michael Jackson, and all that money. Your time travel, he had so much.
Yeah. But it's funny how things like evolve and like catch on, right? Because like even the glove thing for you, that has become such an iconic moment where like people go to gigs and wear the gloves, or like they mention it. It's something you've talked about a lot of times in different like aspects, that like something so small like that can actually become its own thing within the band.
yeah. I wish I had it here to show you guys. I have a glove that's 16 years old.
Wow.
It's like barely hanging on. But I still put it on. I still go out there with it until it's going to, dissolve into nothing.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah, the glove has always been like my security blanket in a way, I feel comfortable when I go on stage without my gloves. It's like, oh shit, somebody run and get me a glove.
Oh my God, I can feel what a microphone feels like. That's weird.
Yeah, that's weird.
I've got less grip.
I'm not sure if I like that.
Yeah.
Or just straight ask the fans and they throw a glove on stage.
Yeah.
That's super cool.
I know one of you's got a fucking, at least one glove.
At least one
Send it up.
skeleton glove. Give it to me.
Get it up here now.
Yeah, but it's mad to think as well that you've kept the same glove. Like, if people would just think that like, you've got different ones, or like you wear it and throw it out, but...
Yeah, one glove. It's just been sitting in my road case for 16 years.
Wow.
Never washed.
Never.
Whoa.
That's a stinky boy.
No, but it's history. Like,
The stink has evolved into no stink. It's the weirdest thing.
Wow.
It's like maybe when you stop washing your hair for like a month.
a natural oils take over.
Yeah, exactly.
The gloves got a life of its own. It stops smelling.
Got heartbeat, it's got emotions. Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, there's some DNA on that glove.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, you want to get the Jurassic Park scientists to take that glove and see who and what they can make out of it. Be the world's greatest frontman, surely. Yes.
This is the concept for a film there. If you ever need to do a biopic, right?
Yeah, right.
You do so the first film is the biopic of your life.
Right.
The second film is they take the glove and then you do the future.
They make the DNA process. They had a little hatchling. A little Bert hatchling.
Oh, that's, yeah.
Yeah, you can go.
The first film, Bert, and you've got a Bert Returns, look like Batman Returns, with the glove. Yeah. Mad.
And then you can just keep going on and on with this, because then the glove could like pop up and there's a whole series.
There's a whole series.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a TV series. Get in touch with HBO or something.
Has anybody ever offered to buy it off you?
Ooh.
No, actually.
Oh,
wow.
No one's ever offered.
There's somebody.
I wonder what the price would
rich
be.
emo
Yeah.
who lives in Dubai.
I wonder how much it would take for me to give this glove
That's
up.
it. Yeah.
Oh.
Somebody, obviously, if somebody offered me $1 million, I'd be like, okay, take this fucking dirty glove. Take this stupid glove. I don't know how much it would take.
Yeah.
Thousands. This glove is
It's got to be. Yeah.
This is my little pet.
It's. Well, instantly I thought of Emo Museum. Like, it's a fucking artifact.
Oh yeah, Punk Rock Museum in
there's no
LA.
fucking-
Yeah.
Oh, that place is so cool, right?
Yeah.
What a good time.
But
Maybe someday I'll retire it.
yeah. I can find.
I did have this pink glove that I had for like 6 years, And on the return of the Warped Tour, I just threw it out, gave it away.
Wow.
Yeah. So maybe someday I'll feel crazy on stage and just be like, here's this thing.
Yeah. Here's 3 bits of string. That used to be a glove.
As I throw it, it just unravels in the air.
Disintegrates.
Yeah, disintegrates. It's just back.
It's in the bats and fucks off. Sorry. I'm so excited.
Put the
I forgot
mic
what
down.
we were doing. Yeah, it just turns into bats and fucks off in the air. That'd be fucking brilliant. That's the noise it makes. Oh, there it is.
Oh, wow.
Brilliant.
Wow.
But, yeah. Cool.
What other things do you have to pack for a cruise? Have you packed for a cruise like this in comparison to like a normal tour? Is there anything you've done differently, or have you just acted like another show day?
Yeah, I usually stash some gummies.
Okay. Yeah.
Some delicious like
I did the
sour gummy worms or sour ropes. Anything sour and gummy, I'm a fiend. And being on tour, you can get them at every truck stop, every gas station. But I'm like, who knows
On a
what the
cruise,
sours are
yeah.
going to be? I need those sours. Yeah. I usually bring a couple books, just for the downtime. There's not a lot of downtime out here on the cruise. There's so many good people to hang with and so much going on that it's like, fuck, this is awesome.
I was going to ask, like, obviously, because you're headlining this, and if you went downstairs, I'd imagine it would be fucking chaos for you.
People have been really cool.
Really?
Yeah. When I'm walking around, they're like,
Oh,
"Hey,
okay.
how you doing?"
I didn't know if you'd
I've
be
only
like
had
just.
I've only had one person ask me for a picture, but you know me, I'm like all about it. So yeah, they've been super, super cool.
Oh,
like I
cool.
said, the vibe here is just unbelievable.
Yeah,
People came to just be kids again.
very much so.
Yeah.
Some of them brought their kids.
I know,
Yeah.
incredible.
Fucking brilliant.
Yeah, they had the belly flop competition, and the kid came second.
Yeah.
Should have won, I feel.
Well, yeah.
But
Yeah, give it to him.
He was 6, and he came second.
He
like.
was 6.
Yeah.
Give it to him.
Yeah.
Come on.
well, maybe this is his story where he comes back next year and he wins
And he
it,
wins
and then
it.
it's a feel-good moment.
Yeah.
I'm just coming
You
up
just
with
come up with
movies.
DC concept. You can change the name of this podcast.
Good ones too, actually.
Yeah.
Someone's going to listen to this and steal them all now.
The belly flopper.
The belly flopper too.
Oh, nice.
Back to the flop.
Back to the. Oh,
Don't start.
No,
We'll
no,
go off
I
the
was-
edge on puns
You
now.
just rip off Back to the Future, but you do it as belly flop. Oh my god.
That's
Oh
great.
wow. Oh
yeah.
wow. So I've been asking this question to people that we're speaking to on the boat, and I'm really intrigued to hear your answer for this, because hypothetically, if we were to come up with a national anthem for emo music and this scene, right, what would you put forward to represent that? Because a lot of people would say The Taste of Ink. A lot of people would pick
Boxer Shop Object.
songs from the user's back catalogue. Is there one from you that you would recommend, that you would put forward? And is there another song from another artist that you feel has a very good like chokehold effect on the scene and like
Yeah.
help to elevate it?
That's a really good question. Taste of Ink would, always be the go-to. It's like the god of all emo songs. From another band, I would say How It Feels to Be Something On by Sunny Day is just like has that grip on emo music. It's exactly what emo music should be. Amazing.
Nice.
Yeah, can't go wrong with that.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with that.
Job done.
Before we wrap this up, I'm going to put him under the spotlight here. Sean wanted to ask you a question.
Which one? What was
You
it?
wanted to ask if you could.
What?
You had an idea for something. $40 included.
Oh, don't worry. It's fine.
No, come on.
Right. No,
No, you got to.
it's fine.
Now that, what do you want?
Nothing.
What do you need?
I don't want nothing.
For $40, I'll do whatever.
I'm looking for a glove. I'm looking for a 16-year-old glove for $40.
Okay,
No.
maybe not.
Yeah, there you go. No, it's okay.
okay,
But
okay,
yeah, cool.
fair.
But no,
Yeah.
thank you very much for this.
Always love talking to you guys.
Yeah. Thank you for the inspiration. Thank you for the music.
You're welcome.
Genuinely, you are the fucking king of this shit. And yeah, you deserve it all.
Oh,
You deserve
thank
it
you,
all.
man.
But yeah, appreciate
We're
you.
living
Thank
and
you.
loving.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, thank you. We're excited to see you do these albums at Slam Dunk as well, and
Yeah.
especially on this cruise and stuff, man. Like,
Yeah,
so,
we haven't been able to make it over there very much, so
Yeah.
it'll be exciting to finally be over there again.
yeah. Cool,
Thank you.
Thank you so much,
Lovely.
man.
Thank
Really
you,
appreciate
guys.
it.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Sappenin.
Sappenin.
Yes, we are joined right now on this motherfucking boat by the mighty JT Woodruff of Hawthorne Heights. How are you?
I am doing great. I love the boat. I love emo music. I don't get sick. I don't get dizzy.
Nice.
It's nice. I'm fully hydrated.
Nice, good.
I don't drink a drop of alcohol.
Nice.
I'm high on the boat.
High on life.
Yes.
But yes, fantastic set yesterday.
Thank you.
Absolutely wonderful. I love the outfit as well. I really like the checkerboard shirt or jacket.
I stole that from Ska. Ska is no longer allowed
Good.
to wear checkerboard. It's emo now.
I like that.
Yeah, it's over.
Personally, the less Scar gets any airtime or publicity, the better for me, I think.
I took it directly from them. And I'm not giving it back.
How was the show for you yesterday?
It was great. It was great. Lots of fun. Obviously, being on a boat is a little bit chaotic, but I prefer that.
Yeah.
I like how almost anything can happen. You don't know if the fans are subdued or turned all the way up. I think people tend to go harder on the first day, because they don't know what their limitations are yet.
That's very true.
And playing on a boat, playing outside at night specifically, there's just a little marine layer of mist that happens. So you're almost ready to fall every time you try to jump or slide or move or anything like that, which can create a little bit of mental panic while you're performing, which I kind of like. Yeah, I kind of like it.
Nice.
It's like you're at the free throw line or getting ready to take a penalty shot or something like that. But yeah, it was awesome. So many crowd surfers. I had to catch a couple. Almost got knocked out by a couple. It was great. Loved every minute.
Good.
Yeah. Is there a moment of having to balance the actual movement of the boat while playing, or does it not feel like that up there?
Up on the pool deck, it doesn't feel like that as much.
Okay.
In the middle of the boat, it does.
Oh.
It's like you can feel the drift. Because, it's not wild or anything, but you can feel when it goes from side to side a tiny bit. Now, the last time we did it when we were going to Ensenada, Mexico, the weather was a little bit worse last time over on the West Coast. And one of the days everybody had to play inside because it was even rainy, and which is not normal for California even.
Yeah.
So that was a little bumpy.
Yeah.
But yeah, playing on the deck I find to be easier than playing in the central part of the ship, where it's more like a kind of like a hall show, that sort of thing. But it's never really bothered us. We always have a good time with it, and it's
Nice.
fun. It's unique.
Was there many people throwing up on the Choppy cruise you did before?
I haven't seen anybody, but I've heard people talking about it. So the technology has progressed. You have the little bands that you can wear, the motion sickness bands. I see people with little dots behind their ears and stuff like
It's a
that.
smoking thing. I didn't know if that was like a nicotine thing or seasickness. I don't know.
Well, which is funny because, the people that might start to get a little bit sick, they don't know how to handle it, but they keep drinking.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, there's no way that's not how to handle it. There's no way that's the way to do it. But
How can I make myself feel less sick? More alcohol, and every now and again I'll go for a smoke as well.
Less water.
Yeah.
No water.
No water. Salt air. Just huffing it in. Yes. This will be fine now.
But they're here. They're thriving out there.
Yeah.
They look great.
Yeah.
It's been a great time so far.
But the thing is, I think a lot of people would consider Hawthorne Heights kind of godfathers of this scene now, right? You have been around the term emo all your career. I'm sure it's quite funny seeing trends evolve and how the word is being kind of shunned and then embraced. But getting to the fact that we can have a mini festival like this on the boat, on the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, compared to back in the day maybe where
For sure.
it would have been used. How weird is it for you sometimes to take a step back and think about that and to look at how everything has changed and how this is celebrated so much more now?
I think that first of all, you're totally right. when our band first started and our first music came out, it was 2004. Emo was not a thing, and if it was a thing, it was like something you got made fun of for. But we always embraced it because we were always like, if you want to put us in any category, it means that you're putting us someplace. So these were all bands that kind of grew up playing small clubs, 300 cap clubs, stuff like that, just like, little tiny places like you guys have over there. And we were trying to play shows by any means necessary. We didn't really think about it as like a cultural move or a sadness thing or anything like that. That's always great to look back on in retrospect. When you look back, you're like, oh, wait, now I understand why people all got into it. And it's because our generation of parents were all like divorced ass parents who like didn't raise us correctly and stuff like that. So we all needed a home. Yeah. We all needed something to talk about, something to sing about, a place to be. Not unlike probably the generation directly before us when like Nirvana and grunge kind of pushed hair metal out of the way. It was because of how like raw and real it was and how those people needed that at that time period because of the generation before them, So like we always joke that it was our response to like how massive like nu metal got and how massive pop punk was at the time and how massive like 2000s pop music was. Britney Spears, NSYNC, stuff like that. It was our way of feeling that like we would belong. So when you look back on it, it's like, oh, I totally get it, but you didn't understand it in the moment. And people would definitely make fun of us for being an emo band. And all of our friends were like, oh, we're not an emo band. We're like post-hardcore. And we're like, no, we're an emo band. We'll say it. We'll take it. And, we'll take the grenades so you guys don't have to.
There were so fucking many bands who were like, no, post-hardcore and that's it. Don't use the word near me.
The crazy thing to me was all those bands, and I won't name names because, we all have our history and how we know it was created, but a lot of those bands just wanted to be called rock bands. Yeah. And I'm like, is there anything more mundane than just being called rock music? No, we're not emo, we're rock music. And it's like,
we're more vague.
Yes. We're
it could be anything.
Yes, we are beige.
Yeah.
We are the color beige, but music. So we always identified with it that way because we did grow up listening to those bands and being emotional, and that was the whole point. So like when you grow up listening to, and I don't know if any of these bands even want to be identified that way, but bands like Saves the Day and the Get Up Kids and the Promise Ring and Sunny Day Real Estate, like all
Piebald,
those, all of that stuff. So there was probably a time where they were probably annoyed by it at the same time too. But, like to be identified in any way, part of any genre is always flattering. You know what I mean? Unless it was like, hey, you're in a genre called This Fucking Sucks. And that's usually not the case. So, if people identify, they got to put you someplace. Otherwise, what do you do? We're a rock band. Great. You know what I mean? Like, so maybe put me someplace, but yeah, it's all good. We've never cared. We've never ran away from that or anything like that. But we do like to side eye people a little bit that we knew were not in our genre and are trying to claim being emo because of its triumphant revival. Always as a joke.
Call ourselves emo now.
Yes.
No, you shut
Too
it.
long. Get out of here.
That's our money.
Yeah.
There's not enough room.
Absolutely. Get off our cloud.
Yeah.
Sail your own ship. But yeah, it's definitely funny. It's definitely hilarious. We're probably 1 year away from the Gap coming up with an emo shirt or something like that. But,
true. I'm surprised they haven't already.
Yeah, it's all in good fun though.
Yeah. And as well, like mentioning just how things have changed. I mean, like in recent years, you guys have been putting on your own festival and moving it to different places and stuff as well. So like, that's got to be a cool thing for the other side of it. Like, you can come and do these things, but putting on your own festival is a completely different experience, I'm sure.
Yeah, it definitely is. We've always been a band that is kind of staunchly defends the DIY movement in general. Not unlike you guys. You guys created your own lane, and you're protective of that lane, and you'll fight and grind and do your own editing and everything like that because you care about what you're doing. It's your art. We're the exact same way. So whether that's printing our own T-shirts, recording our own music, when you learn about the music industry and you realize not only what allows you to be financially viable and last longer, it also allows you to own yourself. That's the most important part, is being able to own your own masters, record your own. Like, if you don't need to borrow a big bad loan with an awful interest rate for a label, why do you? Only because it's commonplace, right? We would rather kick open doors ourselves. So the same thing with festivals and stuff like that. The way that started is it was needed at the time because when we were young, hadn't quite started yet, and then it got announced. Obviously, this year, Warped Tour is back, so our need is a little bit less, so we'll scale back a little bit. But it was only to really give fans and the next generation a place to see all these bands that made sense together. We never really tried to get weird with it and put every style on it. We wanted it to be very niche, very like all of our friends, all bands that we respect, people we grew up listening to, stuff like that. That's what Is for Lovers ethos is. And it's supposed to be, exactly a very specific type of person.
Nice.
Funneled down into the top 5,000 MySpace fans of that era. Something like that. So, yeah, it's a lot of fun, a lot of work, but so much fun.
Have you thought about bringing it to the UK? Have you looked into that?
We talked about it for a little bit. We actually did. A gentleman out of Manchester. We talked about it a little bit. We're holding for the time period because you guys have a lot of really good things over there too. Yeah. We love Slam Dunk. We love Download and stuff like that. So like, we're always really cognizant to not get into somebody else's lane. Okay. Because we're not trying to take tickets away from anybody. We're trying to give an experience, something like that. And last time we played Slam Dunk was kind of coinciding with when we were planning all of our stuff, and we had such a wonderful time over there. It was our first time doing it, that we just don't want to get on somebody else's cloud and be a nuisance to other promoters and other people that are really just trying to further the genre and further punk and stuff like that as well. But we'll go to the UK anytime we're asked. We're like an easy date. You know what I mean? Like, we love it over there. It's so much fun. We always have a good time, so it's easy for us. But yeah, I wouldn't rule it out. Maybe Slam Dunk will let us program a stage or something, like a Is for Lovers stage. You know what I mean?
I just gone cold thinking about that. That's
something Ben like
Ray,
that.
I know Ben Ray listens to this every single fucking week.
Ben,
make that happen.
Yeah. But because it's such a good vibe over there, you know what I mean? And it's like to see all those kids coming into one area. To be honest with you, it was really inspiring just to see the colorful tents and everything, and the way that they did it and handled it and everything like that. I'm sure that there's some fans out there that complain every year about whether it's the lineup or how long it takes to get in. And I'm like, dude, you're getting ready to see like all your favorite bands. Don't complain. Get there earlier then. If you know the parking is going to be a little tough. I'm like, this. You're not going to America. We have the biggest parking lots in the world. You guys, your roads are a little bit smaller. Your surface area is the size of Alabama.
That's true.
Trust me. Just enjoy the fact that it just looks cool, man.
You should have been the voice for after Slam Dunk 2 years ago.
Yeah.
You should have come out and done a video message for Slam Dunk to be like, sorry about the parking, but come on.
But yeah, it's just, I mean, there's bigger problems, right?
Oh, yeah, of course.
If we're at a part in our world where parking is the biggest thing we have to complain about, we're doing pretty goddamn good, right?
We are, yeah.
So, but yeah, I think like from my experience, it was top notch. It was great. It was a festival where I got to walk around and talk to our English fans for the first time in a bit. I had zero complaints. Great food, great everything.
Yes.
You know, fans everywhere. So let's not talk about the procedural part of the parking or something like that. I mean, a festival that big would never let the bands sell their own merch and stuff like that. And like, it's a good festival. I got no complaints, zero complaints.
Awesome.
They can take it up with me. But yeah, we had a beautiful time, brilliant time.
Awesome.
Well, the UK's always loved Hawthorne, but what's going on kind of behind the scenes with the band at the moment? I know you guys are touring in the States quite a lot this year, but what else is really on the cards? Any things with new music or anything like that?
Yeah, so last year we spent the entire year playing the Silence in Black and White because it was our 20-year anniversary, which that's a milestone that you never think you get to. Everybody thinks the 10-year is big, and it kind of is, but if you can't make it 10 years, stop doing things anyway. 20 is crazy. So every band deserves to have their moment, and we took that whole year, and that was our plan this year. We're in the studio right now. We built our own studio after last year. We call it Hawthorne Heights Headquarters or
Triple H
or Skeleton Club. But yeah, so we are in there writing right now. We got some stuff done. I got to do some vocals. So you will get new music this year.
Nice.
And we make the rules. So whenever we want to put it out, we just put it out.
Good. Yeah. Cool.
So no fucking nagging, right?
Nope. You're going to get something. We're currently in talks of planning the UK. So we are working on that right now. We almost came back this year. But my daughter's graduating from college, which is just as fucking crazy as lasting 20 years. Thank you. So right when we were going to go is right when all of our graduation stuff is. So we're just going to push it back a little bit, but we are coming. We're working on it right now. Whether it's going to be a part of the fall this year or if we hold just a couple more months so we can do If Only You Were Lonely in the UK, maybe we'll do that. But we'll be back soon because we do love it over there. But yeah, we're just working on new music and prepping all of that stuff and just having fun.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, look forward to that.
Yeah.
Like, as I said, the UK have always been a huge advocate for you guys. So the moment you can get back, that'll be great. But one question I'm going to leave you on, and we're asking everyone this on the boat, is for you personally, what would you consider if you had to pick a song that symbolizes the anthem of emo music for the last 20 years? What would you put forward for it being the national anthem of that? A lot of people would say Ohio is for Lovers is a category contender for this. What is your take on that, and what is your personal recommendation if you have to pick?
We get that a lot, and it's really flattering because, like I said, that song is literally called Ohio is for Lovers. It should appeal to nobody except people that live in Ohio. It literally says Ohio in the chorus. I imagine people who are from other countries who maybe don't understand our geography at all or anything. They probably just think it's a word. They might not think it's a place even because it's not like one of the most famous places in America or anything like that. So I consider that the dark horse champion because it's so unlikely. Yeah. But it's a very good question because you got to attack it from so many different ways. You know what I mean? If we're talking about two songs that just blew the doors off of everybody's expectations, you would probably have to go with Sugar We're Going Down because that, you know, they weren't Fall Out Boy's not necessarily an emo band. They're like a pop punk band, but that song specifically opened MTV up for all of us. So that kicked open a door very wide. Jimmy Eat World, The Middle. That's another song, you know, and they started, like, if you listen to Clarity, that is an emo album.
Oh, yeah.
Full and Full. That is a wonderful, beautiful, intricate emo album. And then to go on to Bleed American and a song like The Middle, the reason that people were reacting to The Middle is because the lyrics are so awesome. It's so short and so catchy. So those two, they gotta be in there because of how it took all of these bands from like like little tiny basements to arenas. And that to me is incredible, but it opened the door for things like Ohio is for Lovers. But I consider Ohio is for Lovers like the anti-version of that, because it's so inaccessible that people had to find it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And it made people feel something, some sort of way that they look past the fact that it said Ohio. So, it's interesting in a lot of different ways because of that. You got to throw the Used in there because they were doing it very early on and no one sounded like that.
Yeah.
There's just so much good stuff.
Well, it's two very, very good contenders there. But Joel, JT, it's always great to see you. Thank you for taking the time. Love to see you on the boat. And as soon as you're back in the UK, let's do another one of these, or you have new music.
We'd love that.
We'd love you back on for another episode. So
absolutely. And the thing that I'd like to say about you guys is the fact that we've done this multiple times over the years.
Yeah.
So I want you to understand that the specialness that you guys have lasted years talking about music. Do you know what I mean? That to me is always awesome. It's always great to see you guys. I recognize you immediately. We'll listen from time to time, and it's just great to...
Cool.
This is kind of one of those things that makes the genre and makes pop punk and emo and all that stuff relevant to a whole new group of listeners who maybe don't know about it yet, or it makes them learn new things about it and stuff like that. So keep doing what you're doing. You guys are very good about it. And we'll see you back in the UK as soon as we can, all right?
Thank you. Cheers.
Thank you.
Very
of
much.
course.
Thank you. Sappenin.
Yes.
We are joined right now on the fantastic Emo's Not Dead cruise by the wonderful Taylor Acorn. How are you?
I'm so good. How are you?
Good.
Yeah, very good. It's a bit warm.
It is.
We're from the UK, so
we're not used to any of it.
It's just raining all the time, really.
Yeah,
so
more or less. But how are you enjoying the boat?
I'm loving it. I think it's so fun. I didn't know what to expect going on to this. I've never been on a cruise before, so I had my expectations set at 0. So I was like, I'm going to go on, just kind of see everything. And it's been really awesome. And it's cool that we're like kind of in the same vicinity as the fans as well. So you get to mingle a little bit and chat. And I don't know, you don't get this kind of environment very often. Yeah. So it's awesome.
Festivals, everyone's hidden away and stuff like that. And you don't really get to see them till you're on the stage. But there's wild people, there's wild fans walking around everywhere.
Yeah, but it's been really fun. It's awesome.
Yeah, I was going to say, has that been nice for you? Or is it kind of being a double-edged sword where you can't get privacy all the time? Or is it kind of...
I mean, I think it's been nice because I'm still kind of in that stage where, and especially because I was one of the last to be added on, I think a lot of people were expecting a different band. So it's nice when, I kind of have fans that will come up and say hi, but a lot of people are just really respectful and, they'll just kind of let me do my thing. And it's been nice in that regard.
Yeah,
but
nice.
Yeah.
Well, how much planning did you have into this? Because as you said, you kind of filled in for an artist who dropped out. Was it kind of, when the offer came in, just like, oh, of course, this probably makes sense? Or did you have to plan it for a while? Or
no, I didn't even think about it. I was like, yes, I'm doing that. Hello, cruise. We get to go to the beach. It's like manifesting it. Well, because I would see, I was seeing it a lot. I follow Matt Cutshall and I love everything that he does. And I was seeing that, they were doing this every year. And I was like, man, that's something that I would really love to be a part of one day. And my friend Charlotte did it last year and I was like, it looks so fun. And so when they came to me and they asked if we wanted to do it, I was like, of course. I've been needing a little bit of a beach trip as well. So I'm like, I'll take it.
Yeah. Well, tomorrow we're all going to the Bahamas.
Yeah.
You get to soak that in. I can't wait.
It's going to be incredible. Do you have any plans? Are you guys doing any of the excursions or anything?
So last year he looked at swimming with pigs, but they've gone up this year, and they
it's mad money.
Yeah. What? Aren't they like wild pigs?
Yeah.
Shouldn't you just be able to swim with them?
It's just, but out in nature, you can't charge me for nature, surely. They'll find a way.
Well,
capitalism.
Seriously, that's whack.
But last year we looked into it and it's just mad expensive. Because I thought they were mini pigs. I don't know why. I thought
you thought they were like little pygmies.
I was like, yes.
No, they're big.
Yeah. No, these are
they're
massive. Massive fellas, these are. But what else did I look at? I looked into swimming with sharks as well.
Oh, yeah.
But that was somehow cheaper and swimming with pigs. You think it'd be, shark.
Well, I mean, your
danger.
life is at risk.
Yeah, you'd think, you'd have to pay more because there'd be some sort of insurances and stuff. No.
Well, here's the thing. If you pay more and then something is to happen, i.e. you get attacked by a shark and you don't make it out, well, then you just lost money and you got attacked by a shark.
Yeah, that's true, yeah. Didn't look at it like that, really, so...
I mean,
but no, I haven't looked. Are you doing any?
My boyfriend, he brought up the shark thing, and I said, absolutely not. I will go for a nice snorkel. I'll go for a nice stroll on the beach, maybe splash around on the waves a little bit, but I'm probably not going to do anything crazy like that. I really wanted to do like the ATV thing, but I guess they don't have that. I don't know.
I think they had. Did they have them last year? They might have, yeah, because we were basically because we're going to Nassau this year. It's like the capital of Bahamas. I couldn't think of the word. Which is terrible for somebody who does an audio podcast.
Yeah.
I can't think of the words.
Oh,
Firing.
gosh.
Last year we went to an island. This cruise went to an island that's owned by the cruise company. Mm-hmm. So this is just the capital of the Bahamas. So I think
nice.
It's up to them to what they charge, whereas last year's was on the cruise, I guess.
Well, I think it's going to be awesome. I'm excited. I'm a nice day off at the beach. Hell, I'll take it.
Well, you don't get this on a tour day when you got a day off. You don't just like, we're on the beach anyway. No, that doesn't happen.
No.
That doesn't happen. But I've got to say, you spent earlier today judging the belly flop competition.
Oh, yes, I did.
By that reaction,
had a great time. Yeah.
I said, are you sure you want me to do this? I'm just like, in those kind of situations, I'm like, I don't know what to say. I was looking at Greg. He's so outgoing and like super personable. And it's like, I just couldn't think of any. Like she would ask, she'd be like, so Taylor, what do you think? I'm like, I don't know.
It happened.
It was a flop. I mean, there was sound and a splash. But no, it was really fun. It was cool.
Yeah, it's just funny when things like that happen as well. Yeah, like
it's so random.
This is the thing with this cruise. I feel like you get yourself into situations that you would never be. Like no one at home's DMing you, going like, "Oh, we've got a belly flop competition."
You know who would be perfect for that? Taylor. No, like what?
You know what I think of when I think of belly flops?
Yeah, me. No.
Do you know what music reminds me of belly flops? What? How would that work? Yeah.
Baby, for you, I will be a belly flopper. No, it's like, I don't know. I was really like shocked when they asked me, but I get it because I was on tour with Boys Like Girls. And I think initially it was supposed to be Martin. And he was like, I'll do anything. And I was like, I'll do it if you do it. Well, the man backed out last minute. But it's okay because I ended up with Chris and Greg and I love them both equally as much. So it was fun.
I missed it. Was what was the winning belly flop like?
She was incredible. It was impeccable. It was like the craziest thing.
Just now you were like, I know nothing.
I know nothing. Well, now I do. Actually, now belly flop connoisseur. No, it was crazy. I guess this was like her second or third year winning.
Wow.
So it was like a three-peat.
She got previous.
Wow.
Yeah. So she knew what she was doing. She had the technique down. She was blindfolded for her last one. It was wild.
What? Showing off. Like,
Yeah.
gimmicks. Like, right, I'm going to do it next year. And I'm going to jump through a burning hoop before belly flopping. Like, you've got to up the gimmicks every year.
Yeah.
And she's going to have like fireworks next year and stuff.
I mean, and she kept it pretty simple too. It was a very straightforward flop. And it was good from my knowledge of flopping after today.
Like, before today, you've never discussed belly flops, probably.
No.
And now
I don't even think I've done one personally.
Yeah.
But
Fair enough.
Well, yeah.
I mean,
now you're the expert.
Now I'm an expert.
Yeah.
Hey, call me up.
Yeah.
If you need a flop, you need a flop judge, I've got you.
Oh, it's funny how life works.
I mean, that's a new Instagram bio. Belly flop judge.
I'm going to put that in my bio.
Nice.
I've got to mention as well, I went to watch the set last night in the
I've got a
atrium
video
there.
of him watching his set, actually.
Oh,
I didn't know he did.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Were you crying?
No. Well, no. I was singing along very passionately though.
I love that.
It seems like that crowd just really absorbed you. I think maybe there was a point watching, I think you guys early on didn't know what to expect.
Oh, yeah.
And then everyone was singing it back to you very early on and you guys were all like taken back from it.
I was like, what? And, because I came into this like I said, as like a last minute ad. You know, I think a lot of people were expecting Hey Monday, and you know, she's doing an incredible thing. She's like living her best life right now in New York City and on Broadway. So, and it was already sold out. So I didn't know if anyone would know my music. I was like, you know, initially they're going in for this. And so, yeah, I was like so shocked when I came out and people were singing Survival in Motion, and they sang from beginning to end. It was really neat. But I feel very fortunate, very thankful to be here.
I'm sure it's funny as well when, I don't want to like judge what your audience should be, but like when people you think maybe like on first glance be like, oh, they wouldn't be into what I do, and then they're the ones like singing it the loudest. Like there was a guy yesterday, like quite like big muscular dude, like
I think I know who you're talking about.
You think would like pick up a monster truck kind of vibe. Yeah. And then he's just screaming Greener and like Psycho at people.
I'm like, okay, off.
That's the vibe. Yeah.
Yeah. It's so cool. And it's really cool to see also men, you know, getting down with it, because usually online and things like that, they tend to be like the first one to run and be like, she sucks. Yeah. But it's really cool and endearing when I see a big burly man singing along to Psycho. Yeah. It's cute. I love it. Yeah. It's awesome.
No, don't tell him it's cute.
It's awesome.
Very alpha.
You're a man. Don't you forget it.
No, I don't know, but like from my experience, like I've told you before that there's a lot of your songs that I've resonated with lyric-wise, and I feel like it's different. Maybe for me, it's nice hearing someone talk about, or I'm taking in the lyrics of ways that emotions I'm going through, someone else talking about it from a different perspective. Yeah. So it's quite, just that's lyrics in general. People are taking different things from it, but I'm sure like as the more places you are being discovered, it's so wild to see how people are taking in songs and what they're getting from it in return.
I mean, it's so crazy. It's the human experience, and it's something that like is so special. I think more of us are way more similar than we think. And I think music in itself is just like, and especially with my stuff, I mean, my music is my diary. Okay. So I just kind of write down what I feel. And a lot of the times, like I sit at home and I crochet with my cats. Okay. I live this life out. Like, this is so crazy. When I come in, I do these things and I get to perform for people and get to connect with people. It's like mind blowing, because that's so separate from the life that I live when I'm at home. And so it's just, it's really neat to be able to connect with people that way. And thank you for saying those things.
No, thank you for like, honestly, I won't go too much on this, but there's a few songs like in my life for the last couple of months that really either helped me get through some stuff, or there's a song in particular that has helped me connect with someone else, I'll say. But yeah, so it's been
awesome.
Cool.
Well, it's what's even cooler is that I think, as people come and they say, you've helped me so much with this, and your music has got me through this, they don't realize that it's equally helping me just as much to be able to speak about it and feel safe enough to be able to share it to a group of people who understand what I'm going through and get it. And I mean, again, it's the human experience, man. And there's nothing like it. And when we're able to finally like connect and all come to a common ground and understand one another, it's so special. Yeah. So I really love it. I'm, again, so grateful every single time I get to do it.
I feel like as this goes on, you're connecting with more and more people. And I went to one of the dates on the No Offense tour as well. And seeing like his crowd like proper just eat you up as well in a different vibe. I'm sure like obviously there's a lot of mutual crossover there, I expect, but it's cool as well that when you're in a different country, you're supporting someone else, and like that support slot where normally you think, oh, I'm gonna have to win people over here, is more like, oh no, like they already know the songs, and then there's a couple other people that are winning over because the reaction's already there.
And that tour too was a bit nerve-wracking, because I've never sang in front of an audience that was that young. And they're so impressionable, and so you really want to make a good impression, first impression. And I mean, that tour was awesome. First tour, we were so jet lagged. I was like, I don't even know what I'm singing. And they were so into it and so receptive and coming up to us afterwards and just being so kind. So I'm very thankful that I got to do that tour. And also Noah's Camp. And I think even Elliot, their tour manager, is working the ship. And he was like one of the first faces we saw. I saw him out during our set. It's so cool to be able to experience that. Yeah. And to be able to travel across, the world and have friends
See somebody
here,
you
like
know.
you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's so crazy.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
The world's not as big as you think it is, really.
No, it really isn't.
Especially in like the music world. Like you just go somewhere the other side of the world and be like, oh, there's somebody I know
Yeah.
from home. What?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, right. When I saw you guys, I was like, wait, I know them.
Why are they
What?
doing? Why are they
Doing here?
oh God, no! I know
No, I
that.
was excited. I was like, oh, actually somebody I know. This is great. I'm going to bother them. No.
Please do. Please
It
do.
was so fun.
One thing I'm asking artists on the boat in this podcast is because of the whole Emo's Not Dead vibe, if we hypothetically were to create a national anthem for emos, right?
Oh my gosh.
Is there a song you would put forward for that case? Either maybe you put one of your own if you want, or like a different artist that you think really embodies like the word emo for like the last 2 decades.
Truthfully, like the song that comes to my brain is The Black Parade by
Yeah.
MCR. Have
Well,
people
yeah.
said that?
No one said
No
it
one
yet.
nobody
said
said
that.
it.
But
That's
I
like
think-
emo anthem.
Yeah.
Well, it's the G note and everything. Yeah.
I mean, it's just there's something about it that's so captivating, you know, and like it's so theatrical. I love music videos, so in my brain I'm like seeing it now. But I think that would be something that, I mean, granted, hopefully everybody knows that song too. So
It's priceless. Yeah.
Do you know what?
Henry.
I wonder if it's anybody on this cruise who doesn't.
No.
Other than staff, obviously. Other than staff here. Like, is there? It can't be.
No, you can't.
You think
How
his
would you-
numbers a game? It might be one, but it's not going to be. It can't be.
I mean, when you hear "When I Was," everyone is
Yeah.
singing. So I think that, like, I don't know. Is that too obvious? Is that a bad answer?
because no one's mentioned it.
You
and that
guys
was
can
the
tell me
answer.
that's.
No, that's the answer I was hoping people would say. But
Yeah.
you said it, so it's
okay,
fine.
cool. That's like the one that comes to my brain.
Yeah.
I don't
It's the
know.
one.
Yeah.
It's very anthem-y as well.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
very patriotic. Like
Yeah.
you could be. Yeah. It makes,
like-
it makes no sense.
Proud and
Yeah. I'm emo and proud.
Yeah. And I just think of him and like he's like the embodiment of
Yeah.
like a scene, like somebody in the scene to me. I don't know.
Yeah. No,
Love him.
100%.
he's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else have you got kind of planned now for 2025? Can we expect a return to the UK soon? I know the album kind of came up not that many months ago, really, in retrospect. But what's the kind of plans? Is it just getting it more out there and just continue to tour? And
I mean, yeah. So right now I'm kind of taking a little bit of a break to write. I'm working on
nice.
album number 2, which is really
nice.
exciting. So working on that. Definitely, you know, touring. I don't think we're touring until like mid-summer time. But I think the fall will be a lot busier. You know, we're playing some festivals and stuff. Going back to when we were young, which is crazy.
Wow.
Actually playing this time, which is insane. So, a bit nervous about that one. But aside from that, yeah, just kind of working on music for right now and hopefully releasing a bunch and tour in the summer.
nice. Yeah, can't wait.
Hopefully we'll be back to the UK soon. I love it there.
You
Every
have to.
time we go, I'm like, the energy is just killer. Everyone is so kind and I don't know. It's awesome. I
Well,
wanna
you
go
know,
back.
as you know already, but the fans over there like just want more from you. So
I mean, they're one of a kind, truly. They really are.
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time. Honestly, it was so great to see the set last night. I'm looking forward to more on the ship and just be able to catch up. I really appreciate it. So
Aw.
thank you, Taylor.
Well,
very
thank you
much.
so much for having me, guys.
No worries.
Nice to see
I
you.
appreciate
Thank
you.
you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Sappenin.
Sappenin.
Yes, we
Yay.
are joined by the beautiful Derek of the wonderful State Champs.
Yeah.
How are you?
It's good. Once I heard you boys were here, I had to make my way over to the Sappenin Podcast.
Thank you very much.
Always do.
Thank you very much. Thank you. But yeah, how's your first day on the boat been?
Dude, this is my first cruise ever. I've never been on a big boat
Wow.
like this. And sure enough, haven't been able to play on one or get paid to be on one. So this is nice. It's been cool, man. I mean, it's just a big party, isn't it?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
And beautiful weather, and we're setting sail. I'm going to try not to get too sunburnt.
Yeah.
Good vibe so far.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. That's the mission for everyone, is to stay hydrated and not get too red. I'm trying to spray as much as I can.
You guys got some sun already.
We're not used to it.
Yeah, that's why our body's like, what do you mean? It's nice weather constantly.
I
What's
actually
this?
haven't even been outside today. I try to avoid it, but then like if there's a band I really want to go watch, or if someone really wants to go swimming, I'm like, I'm in.
Yeah.
It's totally warm out. Yeah, I nipped out just now and I was like, oh, just
Back to the coffin.
Yeah, but yeah, full vampire, like,
Get me out of here. Yeah.
send me home.
But what have you thought of the vibe so far? Like from day one, just kind of looking around, watching bands. Like you guys have been preparing very different sets for this.
Yeah, it's a different one, man. We had to do like 2 full days of rehearsal because we're doing 3 different unique sets. And the first one today is fan-picked set list. So we let the fans just choose our set list. And over a bank of like, okay, not through every song we have, but we maybe put like 50 songs on a thing. It's like you pick 20, you know? And sure enough, though, it wasn't too far off from our headline set list that we were planning to play. So we were like, we're doing something right. But still, there's some odd ones that we didn't remember that we had to, we're like, oh, I got to look up the lyrics for this, man. Like, I don't really remember.
Did you look them up and they were wrong?
Some of them are.
Yep.
They don't get them right. So it's nice to be refreshed and then mix in some of those new songs on our new record as well and see how the vibe is. We're playing in the Stardust Theater first. The inside
nice.
one. So, and it sounds really good in there. I was watching Chiodos and Seodos in there yesterday. But then tomorrow night we play last up on the pool deck at like 11:30 at night. So hopefully everyone's nice and sauced up.
Oh, that'll be a fucking party. People are going to be, it's not going to be crowd surfing, it's going to be crowd throwing. It's just going to be dodging people. It's just
I might need to get a pool float out and go crowd surfing.
Oh, do it. Well, we saw someone yesterday crowd surf on top of a person.
Yeah, she was on a she was on a boyfriend, I think.
The old human surfboard.
Yeah, human surfboard.
On a ship, though. Not next to the ship. Or in a pool.
Took that to the next level.
Yeah. That's so meta. That's very strange. Mad.
But with a fan voted set, like, what were the songs that you guys were a bit like, oh, what, this? They voted for, they want to hear this?
There's some older Finer Things songs that I guess we haven't really touched since we were doing like anniversary from the Finer Things stuff. So like a song like Deadly Conversation is in there. I think Critical is on there. And those are the ones where we're like, oh, oh, that's right. It goes like this. So it's cool to kind of throw it back a little bit, mix up with everything. Like now that we have 5 albums, it's like, it's hard to pick a set list number 1. But when the fans pick, I think they go, oh, what songs do I actually want to hear? Like I like this from this album and whatnot. So it makes it diverse and it's going to be fun regardless.
Yeah. And like you said, it was good that it was almost the same as your headline set because if you find out you've been touring for years and go, they don't like any of the songs.
Imagine it's all different. They're like, we fucking suck.
They prefer everything else.
Sure enough, you always hear from fans like, well, you didn't play my favorite song. It's like, you can't please anybody. It's like, you didn't play any of our favorite songs.
I've never heard any of those. You played 20 songs. I've never heard any of them.
You played all of your stinkers. So it feels good. That makes us feel good.
Yeah. But I'm sure, like, as the band is going on and like having so many albums now, that's being such a weird problem to have, right? Because when you're first touring, you're just playing the songs you have. You don't have any others. Like maybe you stick a covering or something like that. But now you actually have to like sit down and choose and pick and like what goes out of the set, what comes into the set, and kind of navigate it that way.
It's tough, man. When we first even didn't have an album out yet, we had like 4 or 5 songs. It's like, well, we'll play those. And then maybe we'll play Fat Lip or something like back in the day when we were playing basement shows and we'll play like Understatement, Newfound Glory. Like we were thinking of what cool covers can we play, cool old deeper cut of Fall Out Boy. We used to play like Reinventing the Wheel by Fall Out Boy. Wow. Like we would cover, and then we would play. Then we started like joking to ourselves. We would play like POD. We covered like Alive by POD back in the day. We slammed that shit.
Wow.
Maybe it's time to bring that one back.
I was going to say, I think we need 25, at least a B-side.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe that'll show the light of day again.
Please do that.
Just bring the chorus out tonight. Just like
feel so alive. Cars crashing in the background.
Everyone just starts swinging back.
Yeah. I didn't know Payable on Death were playing.
We'll get the cruise ship Wall of Death going.
Oh, yeah. I'm lost now just thinking about that. That's fucking brilliant.
Yeah. Just let that one sink in for a bit.
Literally.
Has any when was the last time you played that?
Dude, we played that at Boston House of Blues opening for the Wonder Years one time. And I don't think anybody expected it. Everyone was looking at us like, huh? Is this that? This is that, right?
That's fucking brilliant.
That was in like 2012, 2013.
Okay. Well,
Oh, we definitely need an update. Yeah, it's gotta be
You stumped us with that one. You stumped us with that one. But
I just blew your fucking
yeah, you did. Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of bands you'd never expect covering. This is an album of just getting bands to cover bands.
We're just
you'd
going for
never
shock
expect.
value.
Yeah, literally.
Brilliant.
But how have you felt like this new album, especially with the reaction? Because like you've said, like there was so much time on this, you just spent kind of making a fun album for yourselves, right? Rather than trying to think overly critical about everything. So like having it actually out now and seeing people's reactions, how was that process being for you and just kind of having it out there?
It's nice, man, especially like seeing like, we try not to be too data driven, but looking at it, you can't help but look at streaming numbers sometimes. And when it first comes out and like, it's some of the best we've ever seen and the reaction on socials and stuff. And I really do feel like it was the right time to do a self-titled album because, most bands do it on their second or third album. We waited till 5. But it wasn't just because we didn't have a name for the album. We genuinely thought this is our purest form of State Champs, and it felt like the most raw yet best sounding and the best songs we've ever written. So it's good to hear that justification back from the fans when we're going on tour. Right away, they knew all the words to the songs, and they want to hear songs that we haven't played yet. So it's good that they're not just like, play the old shit. It's nice to have a little bit of everything and have to have that problem of playing enough new and enough old and carry on.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah,
It's been a good feeling.
yeah. And especially like you guys have played like so many different kind of festivals and like weird shows and stuff in between. But how different is it kind of like packing for a cruise or like this being able to bring like family with you and like have an off day on the beach? Like it's a weird concept, right? Like,
Dude, what's crazy is like, yeah, sure, I've never been on a cruise, so I didn't know how to really pack, but you'd think it'd be easy, but we have to go straight to Germany after this. We're starting Europe tour.
Wow.
So we're leaving with, we get off this cruise and get on a flight and start European UK.
Oh, good lord.
So I've got a 70-pound suitcase full of jackets too. That's just sitting in my hotel room that's like tiny as it is. So that was the challenge.
wow.
But as far as the cruise, it's like, sure, throw 6 bathing suits in and like we're good.
Yeah.
And like cut off tees, right? But then I still have like a parka jacket in my, suitcase ready to rock. So, but that's going to be a nice dynamic switch,
Yeah. Nice. Oh, yeah. You one extreme to the other. The blinding heat to the cold.
I know, because it is just pure winter out there. So,
Yeah.
We're going to see the best of both worlds in the next couple weeks.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Well, it's quite funny because normally every time you've been on the podcast, you've come to us playing a festival, like a venue or anything. We've come to you this time.
I know. It's nice to see you guys aboard. We are literally in the middle of the sea. This is fucking scary if you look out the window.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like low-key scared of the ocean. We don't know what the fuck's in there, man.
No, I think I saw a UFO yesterday as well.
He's convinced.
Did you actually?
Yeah.
Wait,
Did you film it?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. So me and my girlfriend, I don't know how much you're into UFOs, but the latest UFO bollocks is they can be telepathically summoned.
No way.
So Jodie, my partner, just there.
It's like twinkling.
Listen now. She shit herself because it disappeared.
No.
Yeah. So
It's gone.
what's that? So like I turned around to see her, but then
wait, right when you turned away, people are going to be like, "That's bullshit."
Sadly, but
Like, no, I swear.
Yeah.
But that's what I mean. Out here, we're in the middle of nowhere. Anything can happen. But at least we'll be with our friends, I guess. But we all go down. We go down together.
Yeah, it's a good way to go, I suppose. Yeah.
People we love and the music we love, I guess. Yeah.
If we, if this is how we go out, we went out. I've done enough. At least I went out. I'm playing a rock show on a cruise ship.
Just playing as you're going down. Like Titanic.
This just got so bleak.
Wow.
Yeah, let's all doing this. Yeah. I don't want to fucking.
Would you hope it was on a sad song or an upbeat song? Though? That's the question. Like, would you rather like it go
just
down?
Almost like fuck you song. Fuck this world. I'm out.
Oh my
times.
god!
Yeah.
Wow, yeah. Especially being like in the Bermuda Triangle. It's just weird. The more we think about this, the
I
weirder
didn't
it
even
is.
think about the Bermuda Triangle.
Oh,
Damn it.
It's this we are in.
You
like,
guys are just getting me way in my head now.
Yeah, sorry about that.
well, technically, you can get away with certain crimes in this area.
Oh, this is lawless territory.
I think we might be in international waters. I think we could.
Don't
fuck
quote
shit
me
up.
on that. Don't
Damn it, we did a man earlier because Morgan told him he could. No.
No, don't do
Let's
that.
get into some trouble.
Well, we won't keep you because you're trying to get a lot of different stuff within this.
I'm being summoned to a hot tub pretty soon. So.
Cool. Please, yeah.
But one question I am asking people is I'm trying to get people's nomination for the Emo National Anthem, right? So I want to know if there's a song you would put forward that really represents the last like 2 decades of like emo and pop punk and everything that kind of goes in that together.
That's a tough one, man. But if I was going to think about that, it might be the low-hanging fruit, but it's always the first song I play when I do a DJ set is the Anthem by Good Charlotte.
Ooh.
So I think that's my Emo National Anthem. If you will. I'm going to go with that. I'm going to stick with that.
Yeah.
First one that came to mind.
Okay. Good Charlotte, a band that really got you into stuff back in the day?
Definitely influential, and it's cool to call them friends now as well, and I go to them for advice. Probably the 2 coolest names in my phone.
That's mad. That's mad.
Love them. Yeah, fantastic. But yeah, cool. Man. Thank you very much for this. Thank you for giving us the time.
Thanks, boys.
And,
always good to see you, Sappenin dudes.
See you soon, hopefully.
Yes.
Good luck with Germany.
Thanks, brother.
And the UK tour. So this will go out. You'll be in the UK.
Oh yeah,
in Europe. Listen, anyway, you'll be out.
Friends, come out and see us.
Yes, do it.
A lot of them are sold out, so maybe you can't. But
Try.
But check your city.
Yeah. Nice.
Cheers, man. We'll catch you soon.
All right,
Thank you. Thanks.
Sappenin Podcast.
Sappenin.
That's the wankiest intro you've ever had, isn't it?
I was supposed to say the best harmony I think we've had so far.
Be forgiven for thinking we rehearsed that.
Yeah, we didn't do that. Definitely didn't. 5 days waiting for this. I haven't seen a single band, but yeah, joining us right now is the brilliant Graz and Dave from the wonderful Lacy. How are you guys?
Really good. I'm really tired.
Yes.
I'm feeling average, looking average, played average.
That's not true. That's not true. Yeah, we watched the set and it was fucking fantastic. So
thank you, man. Thank you.
Nice.
So much. Thank you. How are you guys? Have you had a nice time?
Oh, it's been the best
thank
again.
you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
For anybody that doesn't know, that Dave is part of the END cruise team and obviously gets us involved in this. So thank you very much. We've had another wonderful time. I cannot talk more positively about this. Yeah, it's the best festival in the world.
Oh, fucking hell,
On a boat.
On a boat. Very specifically on a boat. That's emo themed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking fantastic. Like, genuinely, there's not a festival that I go to that I have a better time.
I love that, man. Oh, thank you so much, mate. Well, thank you both of you for being here. Like, we really appreciate everything you guys do.
Appreciate it more than you know. It's stupid to think that we've been in the middle of the ocean talking to bands 2 years. Twice. 2 years in a row.
Yeah. Crazy.
Before we get into Lacy stuff, like, in the terms of END, how is this year compared to last, and like what have been kind of major changes? Because you've announced year 4 coming in 2026 as well. It just seems like it's all systems go all the time.
Yeah, man. I mean, I've been so busy on this one. Just getting next year ready. Actually, like 2026 is like, I can tell you now. We were talking about it last year, but I think like we couldn't mention it. We're getting a bigger boat next year.
Ooh.
It's massive. It's fucking huge. We went to see it in LA a couple of weeks ago to film like the trailer on it and stuff. It's got a go-kart track and water slides. Like I don't know how it's floating, but it's massive. It's like twice the size. So we did the announcement on the 3rd day. So I've just been trying to get everything ready for that. And yeah, so I've had a bit of a stressy time this time, but it's been good. I've had a great time. As long as you're all right. But yeah, this year I think it's been better again. I think it just keeps like, it's 3rd year now. You always come along as my
hetero life partner.
So how have you found it, mate? Like,
incredible. Like it's become its own like little community, I think, or big community. Like I've got genuine friends that I've met from this festival, and it's like, it's a weird thing. Obviously, like it's you can't explain this to someone that's not been on it. It's just hard to put into words because it's so different from any festival that you've ever been to. Yeah. It's just hard to describe it. Like, people need to come and experience it. So like anyone in the UK, look out for the announcement on 2026, just because I can't explain it. I can't explain what's going on.
Everybody I've talked to about it, I have been like, you have to go.
Yeah.
You have to
do it, man.
Fucking do it. It's fucking unbelievable. Like, just take a year off. If you've got to save up and take a year off a couple of UK festivals, it's worth it for this. This is fucking
I'd agree.
All of the experience. Everything. Like, not just the boats or the bands, like the day off, and just the like you said, the community is amazing.
Yeah.
I joined the Emo's Not Dead 2025 cruise Facebook group so I could have a look about, and yeah, it's just amazing to see how supportive everyone is.
Super positive this year, and like everyone's been really nice, and like I think the rebook was like 70% on last year, which is crazy, and hopefully it'll be higher this year. So just the fact that people keep coming back, I hope speaks volumes of the fact that it's decent.
Yeah. It's not just the bands as well. It's the things like they're swapping merch with each other, making bracelets, and like.
How do you feel about that, Dave? The
knockoff merch.
There's merch going on that says Emo's Not Dead on it.
I'm fuming, mate. Absolutely, no, it's fine. I actually really love it. Like the fact that like it's such a big part of it now as well. Like that they all do this. And things like the pre-party and stuff, which was like, did you guys go to that or no?
We
so it's like the fans just organised it amongst themselves, and I popped down for like a couple of hours the other night in Miami, and it was like 1,000 people there. It was mental.
Insane. It was intense.
Absolutely mental. But they just put that together as a community because they want to hang out. It's like you're going to be with each other for 4 days stuck on a boat, but it's not enough. People just really, really love like being part of the community. So yeah, it's amazing. I absolutely love it.
We had a little moment earlier. Sorry, just to jump in there. We had a little moment earlier. I was like, we're looking around. Just put my arm around Dave, and I was like, look at all this, mate. I was like, you did this.
Yeah. Stop that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's just, you're looking around at everyone having like the best time of their lives. I was like, you've done that for people. It's crazy.
Like my girlfriend joined the forum as well, and she was like, this is emo Christmas. Like, this is what they wait all year for.
Yeah.
Through December, like, fuck Christmas. Get me to February, or no, the end of January. Because it's the new Christmas for them. Yeah, it's just amazing. And what a time it's been.
But I feel like watching the bands as well, it's not just, oh, okay, cool, every band gets 3 sets during the 4 days, and it's just the same songs. Like, a lot of people are doing special shows and rearranging their set list, or like the U's just randomly went, doing Love and Death in full. Like, it didn't even announce that, and people like get to freak out, and like state champs to the karaoke set, like doing like, it shows that they're actually doing something different for, and means a lot to them as well, not just, oh yeah, we've booked the band to do what they normally do for 3 days.
Yeah, man, absolutely. And it's such a big part of when we're booking is like Trey, who we work with. He does such a great job in terms of like trying to talk them, like selling bands the experience, like, this incredible immersive event, but also sort of like trying to get them to do something different that they might not have done before. Like this year we had Locus Ultra play.
Yeah.
Have you heard of them? New band. I think they're going to go places like that. Which is obviously under oath in masks.
Yeah.
Mental. Like I think they're only doing 5 shows, and these are the first 2. And we had to keep it super top secret. But the fact that they wanted to do that with us, and we worked like behind the Sixth Man and us, like worked behind the scenes to get that to happen. And it was just, I think both of those sets were fucking incredible. But just things like that, like real exclusive, like just really intimate, and like unusual things that you wouldn't get just going to a festival. Like just, I think it's just elevated and just different. And bands really want to do something different as well. So yeah, we're really happy with it.
How different is it booking for 2026 because it's a bigger boat? Is there more pressure of like, because of the size difference, or is it just kind of doing what you've done for the last 3 years?
Yeah, I mean, like it seems like we're quietly confident because it's like kind of tried and tested at this point, but there's an enormous amount of pressure jumping up to the next boat because we're the first festival to do that. Like none of the other festivals on Sixth Man's roster are moving up to like that class of ship. And we really pushed for it because we really believe that we can sell it out and make it awesome and unique. And but yeah, there's a lot of pressure. It's obviously like twice the size and twice as many tickets to shift and stuff. But like we've been really working hard on trying to find the right bands to like make it unmissable, basically, and that something that like a lineup that goes with the bigger boat, like that's worthy of the bigger boat. That makes sense. So, but yeah, we'll see, man. I think we've got some good offers out to people, and like, yeah, I'm really confident people are going to be fucking stoked, as Americans say.
Sent
send the bands to me. And I'll fucking tell them.
I'll tell him.
I'll fucking tell them. Yeah, don't worry about a booking agent. Like, try in his bet. Like, well, I think you could do it. Like, send him to Sean.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck face. Get on a boat. It's fucking class. That's it. Like, job done. But yeah.
One of the amazing things is that, like Matt, I was talking to Matt yesterday, and he was showing me his phone. Once bands come on and do this, they immediately are texting us or just asking us straight away, how can we do this every year? We want to come back next year. Like, please, that's like the used were like, fucking, we'd love to come back next year if you allow us. Like all of them, like as soon as they've done it, they're like, this is sick. How do we do this all the time? So yeah, fingers crossed. We
spoke to Bert yesterday, and yeah, he was saying that like he previously said like we're never fucking ever gonna play a boat. Like fuck that.
Really?
It's not for us.
Wow.
Yeah. And then yesterday he was like, it's fucking awesome, yeah.
I love it.
And then he was on stage. He basically said the same things on stage that he'd said to us. And you know, like I know every band tells the crowd they love them. You can't love them all, can you? But the way he talked last night on stage was with the same amount of love you mentioned on the podcast, and it's just awesome, and especially to see somebody like that, someone who's basically one of the godfathers of this, really.
Absolutely.
And now you've completely changed that man's mind, and I thought he'd probably be one of the hardest people to convince. So the fact that he's here, loves it, and wants to come back,
I love it, man.
Fucking win-win.
That's really lovely to hear. I remember watching Thursday the first year, and Jeff was on stage saying something along the lines of like, I thought I was like the most hardcore motherfucker back in the day, like, and if you'd have told me 20 years later I'd be playing on a cruise ship, I'd have been like, absolutely fucking not. But he's like, now that I'm here, this might be the best thing that's ever happened. Like, he was like, fucking amazing.
I guess you kind of forget that it's obviously such a unique experience for the punter, but it's the same for the bands. Like, you know, when do you ever get, like, when we played, it's like, what is going on right now? Like,
mental.
Yeah.
But especially if they've been going for 2+ decades, right? And I've been saying to people and laughing about it, it's like, when you get a day off, it's not really a day off, it's a travel day, or there's something else going on, and they go to press or whatever. Like, they literally get a day off on the beach with their families.
It's not like you're parked at a venue behind a fucking, like, parked behind a venue in a tour bus in Swindon. Yeah. You know what I mean? You're in the Bahamas.
Beautiful city.
Swindon's lovely, sorry.
Whoa, that's where Lacy's biggest market.
Whoa.
4 vans there.
But no, it's like the best of a festival and a holiday in the sunshine at the same time.
It's literally, it's a floating hotel festival holiday. It's ridiculous. Honestly, it's crazy.
There's definitely a way to merge all those words together, innit? I was doing it. That'll take too long. Yeah, it's amazing. Like, I know we keep going back to this.
Sorry.
It is. But this is it.
We've had a great time.
You've had a great time. Also, wanted to say, you guys saw Morgie getting up and doing karaoke last night. Doing my
absolutely killed it.
Like, you sly dog. Like, I did not know you had those pipes on you.
Well, I don't think I do, but I just think no one expected me to actually get up and do karaoke.
Do you know what? When you said originally, he said like the first night. He was like, oh yeah, I'm going to do Lit, My Worst Enemy. I was like, haha, you ain't. I don't think that's going to happen, fella. No chance that's happening. And then when he went up yesterday, like even when he was walking to the stage, I was like, I'm going to back out now. They've started it now. It's too late. Yeah. Surely he's not going to say, he's in. The corner, he's going to. Oh, he's done it. No, he's not.
Yeah, smashed it.
I don't like this.
It's fucking high notes in that.
You smashed it as well, obviously. Of course.
Me and James. James was... me and James were talking, so beforehand, like he screamed along to another song. I was like, you got a hell of a scream on you. I was like, you should do something heavy, like just do it under a fake fucking name or whatever. Do it heavy. And he's like, oh, you really like it? And I was like, yeah, that's awesome. So all the way through the thing, he just did a lot of screaming, and he said to me, he was like, it's because you gassed me up, see? Because you gassed me up, I just thought, fucking, I'm going to scream all the way through this.
I mean, I love the fact that was like British emo royalty, super group happening right there on stage. Yeah, it was awesome, man. Thank you for getting up and doing that.
It's a super group I didn't know we needed.
Yeah, we absolutely do. Death of Anna and Blackout all happening at the same time.
I talked to the Emo Band manager earlier, because I was like, how someone's not doing this in the UK, like an Emo Band Karaoke on tour.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Just can't be a frontman for 3 minutes. And
because everyone's got the dream. Everyone's sang in their fucking car as loud as they can to their favourite bands or whatever. Get up there
have a fucking laugh. Don't give a shit. Like,
that's it, man. Matt from the Emo Band is a really good friend of mine, and he was like, we're just giving people the chance to be a rock star for 3 minutes, and it's like everyone, yeah, they're so good, yeah. And they're absolutely unreal. They absolutely shred, and like just such a great concept. Everyone has wanted to be a rock star, like you said at some point. I can give anyone a chance to do that. Morg, you do need to start a band though, man. Like that voice, yeah.
I don't know.
Make it happen, mate.
I think it's fine entertaining people who are already drunk because it makes me sound better, doesn't it? Like, do you know what I mean? But I don't know. I'll listen back to the footage properly.
I'll get a mix from the desk. What? From a desk?
I was buzzing. I was on the rail.
I know him. I do a podcast with him. I shouted, I know him. Friend. How the tables have turned, my friend.
Wow.
Yeah, every night's been fucking absolutely great. Like the entertainment, the emo social's been great. The emo karaoke band, the emo band, they were fucking, like, everything is just, we're back to it again.
Just keep losing ourselves.
Right, here we go. Roll. How good is all this song?
But no, speaking of playing, like, you know, obviously getting to actually perform as Lacy as a proper set this year was quite nice. Last year you did a kind of a impromptu acoustic thing. I'm sure it's, for Dave, you know, you best of both worlds, getting to like put a song and actually find time to like do the other thing you love and play. But for the two of you, like, how was it actually getting to do that on a proper stage and see people turn up and sing along?
Surreal. Obviously, it's been fun when me and Dave do the acoustic stuff. We always do open mic nights around Nottingham and stuff, and we love it. But like, obviously, we're not an acoustic band, so it was really, a great opportunity for us, to show this little community that's, created itself, what we're about and what we do. And it's like truly humbling. Like I guess when anybody gives a positive response to something you've created artistically, it's really humbling. But to be this far away from home with so many strangers, just like, great set the other day. I'm like, was it all right? Cheers.
People singing along somehow as well. I'm like, how do you know this?
I don't know. But because obviously when we found out we'd get to play, we put our set time in, like, all the Facebook groups and whatnot. But because they're so invested in what's going on this, like, they went and checked you out. They got people saying, I've been blasting you for like the last week, because they're so invested in this thing, this monster you've created. It's great. It was really, really humbling and surreal experience, and I'm so grateful we got to do it.
The whole show was great, and you were very funny as well. I
think so. Yeah. Okay, that's high praise, man. Because I've literally been with you for the last 5 minutes, and I haven't laughed this much the whole fucking cruise. So that's very high praise. Thanks, man. I didn't know if the Americans would get it, but I think they did.
It was mostly a stand-up comedy set interspersed with occasional songs. That's basically what it was.
It's like the blackout. That's exactly that. So when my songs, my jokes fail, I just fucking start the song. That's it. But no, it was great all round. It was.
Thanks, man. Thank you. Yeah, no, it felt good. It felt tight. We had our buddy Alan filling in. Josh couldn't come over because he had a baby Miller.
Yeah.
But it's great. He just jumped on.
What band is he in?
So he's not. He plays in Your Broken Hero with Matt. He's got his own musical outfit, Die Bart Die, and he's got a streaming channel. He's just sick on the guitar. Yeah, he very kindly jumped in.
He's unbelievable. Yeah. He runs this Twitch channel, Explosion Invasion on Twitch, and he basically he's like a human jukebox, basically. Like, people request him for a song, and he'll just shred any song that you could name. It will just play it and absolutely shred it. And he's incredible, man. So like, when we were like, "Do you think you might be able to do this?" He's like, "Yeah, I think I can manage 4 chords." He's just an absolute virtuoso,
like,
man.
Boys, I've got this.
Yeah, he was like, "It's fine." But we chucked one of his songs in the set as well, just as a way of sort of saying thank you, because we played one of his, which was cool.
But all round, it's just very humbling, and everyone's been so supportive and very, very complimentary, which is, it's hard to take. You hate it, don't you?
I'm not good with the old compliment.
Being British is difficult.
I guess so.
Because we're so used to just taking a piss out of each other and like,
that
went well. The sarcasm and all that. Like, that's it went well, didn't it? Fuck, But like, when someone's genuine, like
when we did Warped Tour, like I'd have Americans coming up going, "You guys were fucking great," and I was like, "You watch the right band." Like, it would always be like, "You guys, my new favorite band." Yeah, there's loads of bands. No, surely not.
Are you sure?
Yeah, isn't your default response like, or my default response? I'm sure it's the same for you. Is like, "Nah, mate, it was shit." Like, and it like even if you don't really believe that, I was talking to James about this the other night about like trying to I'm trying to get better at accepting compliments and stuff. But yeah, my default response is just to go like, no, you must be mistaken. Like, we're shit. But I feel like, we put the work in and we know the tunes are there. And, I think what we're doing is, it's all right. That's probably about as much you're going to get out of it. Yeah, it's all right. Yeah. We enjoy it.
I've got to give a shout out to Phil Gornell because I think you sounded the best band I've heard on that stage.
Well, yeah. That's all Phil.
World-class sound engineer. Yeah, please. Yeah.
Yeah, so Phil's front of house for All Time Low, and he's been doing bits on the ship as well. And we didn't want to ask him because we got nervous too, didn't we? Yeah, he's also our producer. He's produced all of our
produced our record
for the last couple of years, or for a long time now.
Yeah,
we were like, do we ask him? And like made a joke about it. And
I think we rock paper scissors who was going to ask him.
Yeah, and then just got a text in the morning. He's like, right, what time's this happening then, lads? And just turned up, and a world-class sound engineer made it sound great. So
so that helped. Yeah.
I walked over to him, and James like, "Look at him, can't stop working."
Yeah, can't turn it off, mate. Yeah, he's unreal.
Yeah, it sounded great.
Well, who won rock paper scissors?
So you would have, because I had to ask.
Yeah.
And
you didn't get a straight answer, right?
No, I didn't. Yeah, I was like, cryptic.
Can you?
Yeah. Maybe we'll see. I was like, okay.
Depends what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Depends where I am. You'll be on the board.
Yeah.
So
you're not going anywhere. Yeah.
Come to the atrium, you bastard.
But now we love Phil. Yeah, and he hooked us up. Bless him.
Well, thank you. I've not seen any videos. I can't get on the internet. Stuff. I can't get on the internet. Also made a video wall, which is hilarious. We've never done video wall before. So
it was up till 4 a.m. doing our video wall before the show.
It looked class. I tried
it
my
did look
hardest.
sick.
When those TVs come up, the TV bit, I was like, that looks incredible. It looked like there were fucking TVs behind it. It looked amazing. I tried to take the phone. The moment I take the phone, when it does that, like, it catches it, but then it changes.
Yeah.
It changed back to the red lacy. I was like, no, I've got photos of that. Come back to the TV. No, but it looked great, though.
Thanks, man.
That's all you?
That. Yeah,
nice.
Yeah, that's all me,
It's almost like he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
It's almost like those magical flyers turned up everywhere as well.
Oh, yeah. Did you get one?
Yeah.
Did you?
You're in every door.
Flyer in every door.
Yeah. We spent hours flying everybody's door.
Yeah, we just took a couple of drinks out and just went flying for a bit. And we're like, fuck it. But a surprising amount of people turned up.
People
it was packed in there, I think. It's pretty busy.
Felt pretty busy, yeah.
But it gave like an old school Warped Tour vibe, though. That was
the idea, man. Yeah. Somebody actually said that. Someone was like, "This is kind of like a little bit warped, like like you're like flying and stuff, like set time and everything." And
that stage was supposed to be the Matt Say stage.
Yeah,
was based on the Kevin Say stage.
Stage. So we kind of took that around with it,
which I think where that came from. But yeah, no, it's great. Honestly, like again, another core memory. Thanks, Dave.
You're welcome.
What is the plan now going forward with kind of new music and just touring and plans for Lacy in general?
So we've got a bunch of songs recorded, and we're starting to mix and master them now. But we're thinking we might just go for the single approach.
Okay.
So maybe like 4 or 5 singles throughout 2025. Kind of see what happens off the back of that, and then maybe 2026, perhaps look at another EP, maybe a record. But I think for now we're just going to go down the single road because we've never really done that.
Yeah,
we've just grouped everything into either EPs or records. So we'll see how this goes. And I think you get a bit more freedom in that. Because like a record, you kind of have to build an aesthetic or a sound around it. Whereas I think for this year, we just want to throw some shit at the walls, see what sticks.
Yeah, some wildly different stuff that we've been writing and stuff as well. And we kind of don't know where it fits. So like singles kind of make sense, man, at the minute. Yep.
Yeah, and timing-wise, if things get busy all of a sudden, it's not like a rush and be like, oh, this album needs to come out at this date, so the single needs to come out these weeks before, so that single come out these weeks before.
Exactly.
You can just put it out whenever.
Yeah, and we can control the release for the year. We've got something coming out soon. So yeah, we'll try that approach, see what happens. That'll probably take us to the back end of 2025. But I'd love to do another record. I love doing records, but I think this is a good idea to, for the interim.
Phil's a very busy man. He was just telling me he's off to work with Machine Gun Kelly. And I was like,
No.
do you think you might be able to fit us in, mate? Like, it's just nobody band from Nottingham. Like, yeah, go on then, boy, I'll fit you in. So yeah, like it's working a lot around Phil's schedule as well.
But it's worth working around.
Worth
Does he live in the UK?
He's in Nashville now.
Nashville, yeah.
So do you have to go to him then, or does he come back? Or
So we cut everything in Sheffield,
Yeah.
and then he mixes it. Nashville, yeah.
Yeah, he's just he's had James out doing Lauren Hubbard's record. So yeah,
Yeah, we wrote a couple of tunes with James on the last record, so it's nice to have him there when we were playing them. That was quite cool.
like, I don't know what the PRS is like in the middle of the ocean. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Sure, mate. Snap him off 25%.
Of course.
Yeah.
Tax free in Bahamas.
International waters, right? Yeah.
Yeah, literally. But yeah, we won't take up too much longer because it's the last day and we want to enjoy it and you guys enjoy as much of this as you possibly can.
Sounds like you're enjoying this.
Yeah, it
No,
does,
I am. And just also
Wary, I know.
Wary.
I know.
Look, come on, the sun's
sun's
about to set and Hawthorne Heights are playing and we're all going to want to go and watch Ohio's for Lovers as the sun comes down.
Oh no!
Let's fucking go.
All right, let's go and do that. We'll have a cry together.
But just before we go, obviously, for people to listen to this and be stupidly jealous that they haven't checked out the cruise or being able to come on before, how would you describe it or add anything else to what maybe people can expect in 2026 to check out and go forward and just get involved?
So I think the line that I wrote was bigger, badder, boatier, which is ridiculous. But it's literally bigger in every single way. Like not just the amenities that we have on board, like the go-kart track and the water slides. There's like more venues on board. There's like dive bars. One of the bars is like an American's impression of what the Cavern Club in Liverpool looks like. They try to basically recreate it. So like, it's all right. But there's like dive bars around, so there'll be more opportunities to do like more intimate sets for bands and things like that. Just
more bands?
More bands. Yeah, more bands definitely. And yeah, just a way bigger experience, like going crazy with production and it's going to be fucking massive in every sense of the word, man. And yeah, I would just say sign up to the old pre-sale, boy, because it sold out day one last year again without a lineup, and the lineup is going to be banging. So yeah, I would just say get involved, start saving for your flights now.
Do it. I can't. Well, we can't. Recommend it.
Yeah. So Graham is like any design stuff that I like sort of do, or any like crew stuff that I do, like and try and I always run it. We have this thing called the simple man test. Graz is like the simple man, basically.
I'm a very simple man.
Yeah. And I'm like, mate, can you just take a look at this and tell me what you think of it from a simple man perspective? And and so your review of this event as a simple man is
fucking incredible. Like
Tremendous.
Yeah. Tremendous, yeah.
So yeah, but you boys have enjoyed it.
Always,
yes, mate. Yes.
Always.
Thank you.
Honestly,
Thank you.
I couldn't fake this happiness if I wanted to. Yeah, it's been fucking excellent, and yeah, thank you for having us.
Anytime.
And,
same time next year.
Please do.
Well, slightly earlier.
Slightly earlier.
Because if we turn up on the 4th,
missed the boat.
you missed the whole event by a good week.
Yeah. Right. Well, actually, just no pressure. The dates line up with my 30th birthday as
Are you
well.
serious?
So
what?
Oh my god, man. Well, that's got
no, no,
You don't have to change the name of the festival to Morgan's Not Dead.
He's getting there.
Very much alive. Yeah.
Cool.
Very much alive, man.
But yeah, no, thank you for having us. It's been a fucking blast. I said last year, if this is the only time we get to do this, this is fucking great. It's been tremendous. I'm very grateful. And I was in the Bahamas yesterday on the beach, and I went, oh, it's happened again. This is fucking mental. And yeah, just so grateful for it. So thank you very much.
You're so welcome, boys. We really appreciate everything
what a
you two
fucking
do.
event. Yeah. Viva la end.
Nice.
Keep it going for fucking ever. This is great, yeah.
Brilliant.
Get your tickets. Get involved. I promise you'll love it. Because I do. And I hate everything.
What sign up?
You've just heard maybe the greatest thing I've ever said in my life, and it was true. I hate everything, but I fucking love that cruise. It's fucking class, Yes, thanks again to Dave, Gavin, and Matt Cutchell from Emo's Not Dead for sorting us out. Yes, I saw a UFO. I have video footage of it. It disappears miraculously in front of our eyes, despite me slightly turning my camera, so I miss it disappearing. But it does. It was there, and then it wasn't. Not a star, not a satellite, in daylight, after me and my partner just tried to summon one, because that's the new thing now, that apparently they're summonable. So if we all just have a think, close our eyes, have a think, come and visit us. We want to know, out of curiosity and in love, just come and see us. And then they turn up, apparently. So that's what happened to us. Might put the video online. But yeah, what a great time. Would not fucking change absolutely any of it, apart from maybe my flight home, because we had 8 hours of a literal drunk Karen going mental. And do you know what? I'll save that story for the Patreon, because I don't want to get in trouble, because I might have to go to court.
Patreon.com/Sappenin to hear the stories we're not allowed to make public, but you never know what's going to happen on this podcast, but especially on the Emo's Not Dead cruise, from discovering your new favorite bands like Lacy and Taylor Acorn to getting to watch the Used play In Love and Death in full without telling anyone, and just moshing, having a lovely, lovely time. Can't thank Dave enough, especially. And I want to give a shout out to Big Picture Media, who helped us get all these interviews, times and place and everything. Just a perfect kind of holiday vacation while still doing a festival and work at the same time. Like, a lot of people will come up to me and be like, especially festival season, be like, oh, you get to go to all these things, like, you must have the best time. I do, but it is very stressful and work orientated. But this cruise is the best of both of that. Like, we got to do some great chats, as you just heard, and have a laugh, but we also got to take time for ourselves and like actually relax, and I feel so much better for it. So I want to hug everyone involved in the E&D team for having us there again. And just a reminder that if you want to get involved, and we strongly advise you want to take a trip out next year, pre-sales are available to sign up for now at endcruise.com. Any tickets left will be go on general sale, but you want to sign up to the pre-sale before February 27th. That's the best way you secure your tickets. And there might be some bands being announced sooner rather than later. I can't tell you any more than that, because I don't know, but I've just been told that expect the unexpected. Just what a lovely, lovely time. And I can't thank anyone enough for that. And need to give a shout out to our Patreon as well. Patreon.com/Sappenin, because without them and the support they constantly give us, we wouldn't be able to go and do these things, right? So if you care anything about this podcast, you want to give anything back and just continue to have a laugh with us each and every Friday, please sign up to patreon.com/Sappenin, and you get involved with a whole community of people who are just the best on planet Earth.
Yes, they are. Didn't have a mutiny as bad as I was expecting, so that's good.
No.
So maybe L was just deleting posts furiously.
Could be. Some of them did get banned from Facebook like the first day, apparently. So that says they're all. But yeah.
But yeah, join our Patreon, and then you hear my story about the fucking madness we endured on the way home, because it was 8 hours, and then I ended up spending a long time on the plane after the plane had landed, and then I had to drive home, having hardly slept on the plane. Anyway,
we'll get into that. Sign up. You want to hear it. It's going to be around Central. Before we thank everyone, like we do every week, and sign off, there's a lot of things been going on with The Blackout, which is a band that you're involved with, Sean.
Oh,
I don't know why I'm talking like this, but I'd love you to explain to the listeners the things you have to say.
I hate that voice. That's fucking fascinating. Yes, check out theblackoutband.com. All of our shows for 2025 that are happening are up there. We are playing March the 13th with Umia 6, April the 2nd with Umia 6, then July the 17th in Millennium Square supporting Film for a Friend with an all-Welsh lineup, and then July 18th, Cardiff Castle supporting Film for a Friend, all Welsh lineup. And then August the 16th, we do the Blackouts only headline show of 2025 that we have booked in. at Chepstow Castle. And I believe there's not that many tickets left. So check it out now, theblackguardband.com. Also announced this week, in February next year, I am going out on tour with our good friends, Punk Rock Factory, where I will be doing a DJ set prior to them, and a band called The Bottom Line who are ripping as well. So check that out. It's their biggest ever tour, biggest venues they've ever done. Congratulations to the boys, because they fucking completely deserve it, because they work super fucking hard, and I love them. So I cannot wait to spend every weekend through February with them, and maybe a couple in March as well. So lovely stuff.
Busy time. But again, we couldn't do any of this without our Patreon. If you head to the description of this and every episode, there's loads of names there that we thank. But as always, Sean's going to give a massive shout out to the elite members, because the people at the top tiers, and everyone's lovely anyway, but these people need to be thanked.
Yes, I also forgot I'm in a band called Raiders, so check out that Raiders Band UK, only because we've just been recording like mad bastards lately, so it's been non-stop recording with them. So at Raiders Band UK on social medias, we are playing Cardiff and Bridgewater very, very soon in March. So check that out, Raiders Band UK. Thank you very much. Sorry about that. I love these people. Thank you very much. Kylie Wheeler, Janelle Caston, Paul Hirschfield, Dilly Grimwood, whose birthday was the other day. Happy birthday. Nathan Croshaw, Tony Michael, Mitch Perry, Scarlett Charlton, Johanna, Jonathan Gutierrez, Molly Malloy and James Bowerbank, Kat Besant, Amy Hogg, Amy Louise, Chris Howard, Jenny Robson, Amy Dawson, Murray Grimwood, Scott Jones, Mayumi, Stuart McNaught, Ellen Southfield, John and Emma, Jennifer Dean, Caroline Robinson, Jenny Munster, Louis Cook, Carl Pendlebury, James McNaught, Jason Heredia, Martina McManus. Oh, someone's either changed your name or they've signed up. Valebung. I'm going to sit right. They've done that. Thank you very much, Thomas O'Neill. Thank you very much. Get nothing minor to Bloodstock by coming to Fuel Rock Club March 14th and have some fun. Sean Smith guarantees they're that good. I read that out. That's all I'm saying. I read that out. Thank you very much, Emily Perry, Dan Peregrine, Kalila Keane, Adam King of the Goss Parslow, who has a single out tomorrow. Today, February 14th. The Nightmares have got a new single out. Thank you very much. Lavender Lee Martin. Josh, go see the Nightmares in Cardiff tomorrow. Chris, there you go. He's done it for me. Thank you very much. Laura Russell, Fraser Cummins, Kyle, King of the Sloths, Smith, and Connor Lewins. Thank you very much to all of those people and everyone who's ever been part of our Patreon. If you're thinking about joining it, come on, have a go.
Come on, join the family. We love you very, very much. This has been one of us. This has been another episode we never thought we'd get to do. So, yeah, insane. I'm going to go and be sad now that we're not on the boat. Yeah, I had a lot of ice cream and I didn't burn. So that's something to take away from this as well. Yeah, I don't even know if I got a tan. I got a bit of a tan. I'm definitely glowing a little bit more. Because I'm SP fucking 50 every day. I don't know if I even got a tan. But yeah, what a great time. I can't fucking go on about it anymore. Check out our Patreon. I'm going to have a rant about some bitch on a plane. Woo! Allegedly. Anyway, bye, Sappenin! Bye, Sappenin! Ooh, awful harmony.
You're listening to Sappenin Podcast with Sean Smith and Morgan Richards. Thank you very much for downloading this podcast or streaming it, or I don't know what else you do with podcasts. Thank you very much.